What up, YouTube? Happy Thursday morning. Can't really see me, so I'm gonna switch this around. Still not much of a view. I was going to try to make my delivery a day early. I don't know though. It's a Kroger facility. Oh boy. I'm sitting here like a block away from Kroger, and I can't move because this guy is delivering to a place where the only dock they have puts a semi truck right in the middle of the road, and this is I just don't see another option to. I'm gonna turn my truck off a second. To get around. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck for the moment. He only has 7 pallets, so hopefully it'll be quick. But yeah, say no to cheap freight. That's right. It's everywhere. We all see it. It's that time of the year, that time of the month. The trucking industry, for truckers, the rates are, to say the least, shitty. And there's certain areas that you can do well in, depending on where you point your truck. I don't know if you guys watch Make Sense. I don't know the dude, but I watch him. He's got a lot of really good info, and he's a cool cat, seems like. And he's pretty damn smart. He's been doing this for a while, so he knows how to make sense, make money. So I recommend, if anyone does watch my videos, definitely, you probably already watch him for sure, but go check him out. But yeah, he was also talking about everyone's talking about the freight rates, right now. It's which probably doesn't do us very good, because if brokers see our videos, they play on that. It's their business to make them money, so most of them being commission, they play the markets just like we do. When shit's popping and hot, we're gonna squeeze the brokers for as much as we can, and they will do the same. Like I said in my last video, I'm not really mad at them. I don't hate them, but I'm not gonna lie, I get pissed off when I look at rates. I'm looking for a load coming out of Idaho, and generally speaking, it's a decent, it's not a good market, but as far as there's not very many loads, but the load to truck ratio is in a trucker's favor, because there's more loads than trucks, but there just isn't a whole lot of loads. But even with that being said, the rates are looking horrible, man. And I could have taken a load for $2 a mile, but and I probably will if I have to, but I'm not gonna. That market, I shouldn't have to take anything less, but obviously, and the brokers know that, if I have to, I will, but they also have to push these loads, so it comes to a point, in crunch time, if there's more loads than trucks and they're not moving a load, they better up that price, or they're not going to move it, and then they're going to probably have to pay for that load, to whomever. I'm not exactly sure the ins and outs, but there's got to be a price to pay for that situation when they don't move loads. But unfortunately, there is a lot of people. This is a business, man, and I understand why guys do move. Many different reasons, but you got to get home to your family. You've been out here for a couple weeks, like me. I've been here too long, longer than I would like, but I have to make that money. It makes sense, as you pretty much, I'm chasing miles, kind of, to get that better pay and put myself in better markets. I'm trying my damnedest not to put myself in shitty markets, but it's really hard, to do consistently. especially if you're trying to get home and you live in an area where it's not such a great market to go into, you know. But sometimes you just got to bite that bullet and take the shitty pay. I understand that, to get home to your family, or to, you know, just shut her down and get a break before you go back out again. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm, you know, trying my hardest not, you know, to say no to cheap freight. I'm trying my hardest not to take some bullshit, and I'm getting frustrated. Because I have a business to run, I have a truck payment to pay, I have insurance to pay, I have, you know, fuel to pay, and yes, fuel is down and cheaper, and it costs less to run your truck, but you still have your fixed costs, and you still have a business to run, and when the profit margins shrink and you're not able to, it's a question whether or not you're going to be able to keep the lights on. Well, hopefully you have a stack in your bank account that you saved up during the good times. You know, I haven't been in business long enough to really have a large stack, but fortunately I do have a little bit to stomach some of this baloney that's going on. It's just crazy, man. It's sad that markets do this, but I guess if there are no bad times, then there wouldn't be, you know, that if excuse me, then the good times wouldn't be as good, I guess. You know, if it was always good, then there would be really no competition and no negotiation. But yeah, sorry, I got like a booger. I absolutely hate boogers. They suck. And they annoy me. And make me sneeze. But anyways, yeah. So I hope you all are able to say no to cheap freight. You know, I've been calling these brokers, you know, a load going to, like, from Idaho to, like, Nebraska, say. When that load is, you know, generally paying, you know, it should be whatever it is on DAT, or whatever the average is, you know, 2,000 at least, you know, you could usually move it for like 22, 23, and they're trying to move it, you know, like 1,100 miles for, you know, $1,600, and some are less, and it's like, holy crap, man. So I'm seeing a lot of $1.20 a mile, and I'm just like, this is bad, man. I'm hoping it picks up. You know, it is that time of the year again, like I said before, and like many others said, you know, who have been in this much longer. You know, if you watch my other videos, I'm a realtor as well, and the markets are cyclical. And in any industry, there are typically a market that goes through its cycles, right? Up and down, sideways. And there's certain times of the year that things slow down with any market and things pick up, and this happens to be going through a little bit of both, you know. Hopefully it's just, you know, the holiday seasons, you know, being over and the freight slowing down a little bit, and it being winter, bad weather, and just not as many customers moving freight. Hopefully that's the case, and it's temporary, and hopefully in February and March it picks up. But, you know, for the time being, you know, moving loads for $1.20, $1.40, it sucks, man, because you were just moving loads for $2-3 a mile, and now bam. But you know, I've heard a couple of old school guys say, you know, sometimes you just got to take the load instead of sitting around waiting for something that's not going to come. It could, but you're, you know, in this kind of market, playing that game, which is what I would usually do, it's very risky, because, you know, any load, you know, that pops up that you normally would be disgusted with, people are going to jump on, and if, you know, you gotta keep the truck moving. So, I mean, especially if you can, you know, take a load. For instance, I can get a load coming out of Idaho, but I think it picks up on Wednesday, and I'm gonna be empty Monday in Idaho, so I would have to sit till Wednesday, and I'm already gonna be reset. So, you know, unless I can find something local or something out and back, you know, I really don't want to play around much. So I'm trying to find something going east that pays, you know, at a fair rate, you know, and because I need to get my ass back home to the fam and you know, get. I don't really. I can work really hard. I'm a hard worker, and I like to make money, and I like to provide for my family. But I don't like to be out on these roads. I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy trucking, and I enjoy making this money. But I don't like to be out here longer than I need to be, and I start kind of going stir crazy and getting kind of weird if I stay out here too long, man. You know, 2 weeks is long enough. I, you know, when the freight is paying good, you can, you know, sometimes just run being an owner operator and making a little more money on the rates. You can, you know, be out and back by Friday, you know, or less. So, but these kind of markets, you gotta work your ass off. You gotta stay out here longer, and you gotta chase those miles, and go into places you don't really want to be. I mean, you always can kind of do that, depending, regardless of the market. But yeah, man, just playing the game. Nothing's really coming up, but it is, I guess, you know, it's Thursday. It's nearing the end of the week, and I need a load for the beginning of next week. I will sit around. You know, like I said, we'll see. I'm just kind of playing the game, man, playing the waiting game, seeing if any, because there are some good brokers out there that are still paying decent rates, you know. But like I said before, it's not always going where you want it to go. Like I was trying to say before, that I could take a load. I got a call from a broker that I've dealt with before, and I could take a load coming out of Idaho going to Utah, and that load would pay me like I think he wanted like 23, but I wanted 25, and he I guess nonchalantly told me yeah. But so that's, you know, like 1,000 miles, so that's like 250 a mile. But the problem is it picks up on Wednesday and delivers Friday, and that doesn't work for me, because I could make, you know, that for Monday through Wednesday, and then get another load Wednesday, Friday, and already be, you know, closer to home, you know. So delivering Friday, you know, it just doesn't work for me. I need to find something going east. But like I said, you know, this market is this market. I really don't want to lose my ass out here. So if I have to take that load and it's still there, I'll take that load versus taking a shitty load. And yeah, sacrifices, you know, of being home when I have to be, or, you know, being in the lane that I want to be, is a part of the game, I guess. So it is what it is. I guess Denver's supposed to be getting hit this morning with a little snowstorm. I don't know though, it's kind of moving east, so maybe it won't be that bad. Hopefully you guys are away from all the storms and the cheap freight, and have a super good Thursday, and make that money, be safe, and hustle hard. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.